Hi, this is the tech demo for the arena. It's essentially a game that I made for iPad or iPod, anything with a touchscreen essentially. RPG game, action RPG, which removes the typical classic D-pad and buttons and replaces them with more intuitive controls, touchscreen controls such as tapping and sliding. So I'll just do a quick run over of the mechanics and hopefully you like what I give you. Alright, so the first main mechanic is the tap to move, whereas the player will just tap anywhere on the screen and the player will move, the character will move to the location. The camera is set up in a way where the person playing gets to see the character move, gets to watch the character, but still gets a good view of the layout. I thought it would be important for the player to have the most immersive experience possible. So I kind of used some classic views, kind of an isometric style, like Diablo. And if we watch him here, if I walk into the one, it'll spawn one monster, which will move towards the player and then deal damage, as you can see up here. Attacking enemies causes the player's mana bar to go up, so that the player can cast spells, located here at the bottom. Spells can be increased in the spell book, and life regenerates automatically. Once the player has a certain amount of mana, here let's get a little bit more actually. Once the player has an amount of mana that's, I guess, enough, then they can cast a certain amount of spells from their spellbook. We'll actually try casting the first one here, which is Fireball, or Fire. This one costs the least, it costs 10 mana, as you can see. Nice little explosion effect there. I really wanted to concentrate on the visual and audio feedback because that's what will keep the player into the game. Now I've walked onto the 10, I've spawned 10 creatures. I'll wait for these guys to get a little closer before it. Ice. And this one with fire. These guys are purely like my little test dummies, so they don't actually attack me, but I've made it so that they chase me and then I can kill them. Say I do get damage dealt to me though, I can always heal. Here, I'll kill them all. As you can see, I also have an XP bar up here, and upon killing monsters, I get experience, which will level up the player, allowing the player to increase his level and increase his spells in the menu, which I'll go to now. Here's just a basic overview of the map. The stats here, eventually obviously will be implemented. These will be increased by the player, depending on what the player chooses to do with the skill points that he'll receive during the level up. So once the player receives enough experience to level up, he'll gain a skill point, and he'll be able to spend it in either one of these four statistics, which will increase his powers. We also have a beginning of a magic menu here, kind of show the basic functionality. The player will also be able to increase, for example, area of effect, or decrease the amount of mana that can be spent on a spell. Here in the menus, they're interactive right now. I've begun working on them. With small tooltips explaining what the spells actually do. So freezing gust of wind freezes all enemies inside the area. And for example, a person could come. They'll acquire a skill point, and they'll be able to spend it on. Let's say they don't have healing. Well, they'll be able to spend it on heal, so that they don't have to rely on the quick regeneration of their life, and they'll be able to quick heal themselves in battle, making them more efficient. We'll also obviously be able to save the game, load it up again, and I guess I'll run the credits now. I had the help of a programmer who I worked with long distance. He lives in Brazil. His name is Tiago. And I also had the help of a good friend of mine that I've known for a while, Frankie, who helped me with the music and sound effects. I'd also like to thank my thesis game design teacher, Jesse, and Ollie Sykes for obviously great input and helping me with game design and really getting the most out of my game design. I'd also like to thank fellow students of mine, Michael Vaillancourt, Jeff Desmarais, and Félix-Antoine Lauzon for, I guess, criticizing my mechanics and helping me get the best out of them. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed the tech demo.